My great-grandma raised 9 kids on a farm and had to get by with what they had. It was hard work, but everyone helped and did their jobs. But I still learned a great deal of how to live frugally from her. Even though she lived at the time in a small apartment with a small garden area, she still did many of the things she did on the farm even in that small apartment. So even today, even if you live in an apartment, you can make these frugal living tips work for you too. Number 1. Make do. So many times we look at a recipe or something we want to make, but we don't have what we need. That wasn't a problem for my grandma. She knew how to make do with what they had. Substitutions can be made, other items can be added or subtracted to use what you have on hand and make do. Number 2. Use it up. Often it seems like that bit left in the bottle isn't worth digging out. My grandma never would waste even a small amount of a product or food item. She would use it up. Because if you don't use what you have, you might have to go without. Number 3. Reuse. Reusing items is old-fashioned recycling. My grandma would reuse mayonnaise jars to fill them with food she was canning. She would use empty jars to store buttons off of worn-out shirts or as storage for bulk food purchases and more. Old shirts and other clothing items were saved. The buttons were removed, the good pieces of fabric were fashioned into new items like quilts, and worn-out pieces of fabric we used for rags. Reusing was a way of life and can help you save too. Number 4. Grow your own. Even though my great-grandma lived in an apartment, when I was growing up, that didn't stop her from growing her own food in her small garden outside her apartment. Even if your space is limited, you can grow some of your own food. Things like lettuce, radishes, carrots, tomatoes, zucchini, and even berries can be grown in small spaces. Growing your own food, even part of it, can help you save on your food cost. Most fruits and vegetables have compact varieties that can be grown in containers if your space is limited or you can't plant in the ground. If you don't have room to grow, look to purchase fruits and vegetables at discount grocery stores or farm stands. Often you can get good deals on boxes of fruit and vegetables from the farm. You can preserve them for later and save money too. Number 5. Preserve for later. If you grow your own food, preserving it for later can help you stretch the time you have to consume what you grow or what you find on sale. Drying, freezing, or canning food can expand how long you can keep produce you grow or find on sale. Number 6. Bake your own. I'm constantly shocked at how much baked items cost at the store. Baking bread, rolls, muffins, and biscuits can be done at home for a fraction of what they cost at the store. Bread can be made at home for under $1 a loaf. I was shocked to see canned biscuits are over $1 a can for just 8 little biscuits. You can make biscuits at home fresh so easily and so much cheaper too. Number 7. Make your own. Taking a few minutes to make your own products can save over the cost of purchasing the items from the store. Making your own body wash, lotion bars, lip balms, laundry soap and more can help to save you money. Number 8. Have a well-stocked pantry. Having inexpensive foods on hand can help to make inexpensive meals. When you have a well-stocked frugal pantry, you can make meals for less. Number 9. Use dry beans. It's easy to grab a can off the shelf at the store, but one can cost the same as 1 pound of dried beans. Cooking dried beans can be as easy as washing, placing them in the slow cooker, cover with water, and cook until tender. You'll get 4 to 5 times the amount of beans for the same price as 1 can of beans. Don't want to eat beans for a week? No problem, freeze the extra beans for later. Place the cooked beans in a zipper freezer bag with a little of the cooking water. Freeze until ready to use. It's that simple. You'll have cooked beans on hand for about 1/4 the price of canned. Number 10. Make your own groceries. From bone stock to seasoning mixes, you can make your own groceries and save. Seasoning mixes are expensive, and they are easy to make. Save even more by purchasing the spices and herbs in the bulk food section of the store. Use bones from chicken and beef to make your own stock. It's thicker than store-bought and so easy to make in the crock pot too. Number 11. Live in a smaller home. My great-grandma raised 9 kids in what we would consider a starter home of today. The kids shared rooms with siblings. It's just how it was to make room for everyone. My grandparents raised 2 kids in a 800 square foot house. They did not need to downsize when they retired because the house was just right. They lived in that home for over 40 years. We live in what most would consider a starter home. But I have no desire to move up to a bigger home. A bigger home comes with more to maintain, more to clean, and more to break. It comes with more taxes, more cost to acquire too. Making do in a just big enough home can help you save on utilities, on heating and cooling costs, and on maintenance too. Number 12, drink water. Drinking empty calories is not good for your waistline, but it's also not good for your wallet. At each meal, instead of fruit juice or milk, serve water. If you must have something besides water to drink, serve a small glass about 4 ounces and a large glass of water too. It will cut cost and keep calories down too. Number 13, skip paper products. Paper towels and paper napkins can be costly. Use cloth napkins and cloth rags in place of the paper ones. If you purchase the fabric and make them yourself, they can be inexpensive. Number 14, value relationships more than material possessions. These last 2 frugal living tips that my grandma gave me are the most important. My great-grandma didn't have a lot of material possessions. She said she didn't need them. But she was always ready to share and give what she had. Grandma would share her knowledge of gardening with her neighbors. She would share her home-cooked meals. Grandma shared her knowledge of cooking and baking with those who wanted to learn. She put much more value on people than things. The things we can't touch are the most precious possession we have, and we have to be willing to share them with others. Number 15, be content. In this busy world of ours, it's easy to get caught up in the new best thing, the new big thing, instead of being content with what we have. I think being content is the most valuable lesson we can learn. I know it's hard in our busy world full of distractions, but when we are content, we can truly be happy and be intentional with our time, our money, and our life. Because all the world's distractions can fall away and lose their allure when we are content. Those 15 fashion frugal living tips that Grandma used to save every day are still relevant. The things she did to save money and to stretch what she had are still things we can do to save money too. If you want even more helpful videos, check out these videos, or better yet, go to the channel page to see all of our videos and playlists on how to save money and increase your income.